What's up, world? It's your boy Tommy Malv, and I came to give you my thoughts on the greatest. Probably, I would go as far. Nay, I will go as far as to say maybe the greatest day in sports history. In my opinion, I hated this guy with a passion that majority of people can't even understand. I'm as a Christian, you're not supposed to hate anybody, and I found it hard not to dislike this man with the same amount of vitriol, and that man is Jason Whitlock. He was fired. Too. I hate that man. Like, to say I hate the man is underlying how much I dislike Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock was an idiot, right? I genuinely dislike people who disagree with people based on a set of principles that have nothing to do with discussion to begin with. Like, I hate somebody who gets in a discussion with somebody knowing they're going to disagree, so you sit there and think, well, why are you even having a discussion? Because we all know you're not going to agree with, you're not going to allow him to change your mind. So if he brings forth any information that could change your mind, you're just going to turn your head at it and be like, oh, I don't really want to hear this. And if he drops anything that you can dispute, you're going to jump all over it. So you didn't really come here to have your mindset changed. You came here to change your mindset, and if you didn't change the mindset, you were going to blow up the whole conversation. It's like kamikaze arguing. That's why I say I can't stand kamikaze people. Like when in arguments, it's like either I win or everybody or the whole conversation gets blown up. And that's what they do. That's Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is an idiot, right? I saw last week when he tried to go online and he was crying. I was like, it was so cringy. The fake crying when he was talking about his cousin that got killed by the police, and he's crying about it, and it was so fake. It was so fake that when I saw it, I was like, oh gosh, like this is cringe. I couldn't watch it. I turned it off. It was so cringy. I couldn't watch it. And so I knew something was up, because he never, ever says anything positive about black people, right? Or anything that could be construed as pro-black, right? And on that one, he actually made a statement about police officers, and I think what happened with that Ahmaud Arbery situation is people are starting to realize that these black people are starting to come together more. They're starting to consolidate and starting to really put pressure on people to get rid of these people who are coons. That's why you see Stephen A. bringing Charlamagne the God on. And having all these discussion when he was missing for 3 or 4 days, because it's starting to get real tense. I even saw Rush Limbaugh on the Breakfast Club. Like, it's starting to get real tense because what you realize is that not that these coons are having a change of thought or a change of mindset. No, they're starting to realize that these people who are in power are starting to realize that, look, dude, this is not, we're gonna be on the wrong side of history on this issue, and I don't want to be walking the middle ground, even though a lot of them still do. I don't want to be watching the mid ground with a lot of these ignorant, stupid people. And when you start to when the media start to heat up and they start to realize, and I think these protests have gone out of the way to show people, because I think a lot of people thought America was more racist than it actually was. I don't think people expected to see so many different varieties of people. I mean, different diverse group of people coming out. I mean, there's so many different races of people. You can't even label the group, because when you turn on the camera, there's so many different people from all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Handicapped people, you know what I'm saying? Black people, white people, Spanish people, you know what I'm saying? People of all races, you know what I'm saying? Ilks and walks of life. You got active, rich people, poor people. I mean, it's just, I don't think that they expected to see that type of support. I think in their mind, they thought that you would see a lot of black people protesting, but you wouldn't see a lot of white people. But I think this coronavirus got everybody acting a little crazy. So I think they're starting to realize, like, man, like, this is, even the NFL put out a press statement, which was surprising to me. Because right now, I think this pandemic or this situation has opened their eyes, and they starting to see that black people have a lot of accomplices in this situation, and that that I think a lot of their anomalies or their, not, I want to say like trends, right? Because in show business, it's about one thing: show and prove, right? I don't think before they could make a connection between, because remember when the NFL lost all those people and their ratings went down, remember that? And then everybody came out of the woodwork and saying, well, it was because of this and it was because of that. So they always written it off. They always wrote it off as like, oh, black people, it's not about that issue. Because quiet as it kept, the most vocal people, the most vitriolic and vocal people who consolidate well are racist white people, right? Racist white people realize their power comes from them being the majority, so they learn to consolidate their racism. And so they get a bunch of people who are fucking idiots and they meet them all together, and they're really just, it's the same thing with the black power dudes. It's like there is a market, and there's always a target on the back of pathetic human beings who are easily manipulated by people telling them that they're greater than what they are. Right? They hate their lot in life, so somebody comes up there and tells them that they're superior or supreme in some way based on some minuscule thing that has nothing to do with their actual value. They will take that shit and run with it. Whether you're white, Spanish, black, Hispanic, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, it does not matter. As long as you tell them that there's something about them that makes them special, they will jump out of the window. It's crazy. And you got, and I tell people this all the time, like, you got to be very careful. Now they're starting to realize, wait, and I think Stephen A. and all these people, when they saw the droves of diverse people who have a problem with this issue, not everybody is flocking. Even Trump put out a statement saying something, even though he's a fucking idiot. And let me say this about Trump, because I never really spoke on politics. I never feel the need to speak on politics, because at the end of the day, whether I like him or not, that's my president, right? I'm not. Whether I like Donald Trump or I think he's a fucking idiot, it doesn't matter. He's my president, right? I don't want him to fail. I don't want him to do bad. I don't understand why people want to push the narrative that he's doing bad. I don't know if he's doing bad or he's not. But if he is doing bad, I don't get how it helps you to point out how bad he's doing, unless you have another agenda. Because it's not like Barack Obama was killing it before Trump got there anyway. So it's not like all of these issues that are going on culturally, financially, did not come along when Donald Trump showed up. Donald Trump was voted in a lot because of the divisiveness and turmoil going on in America is kind of what led to him being hired. But I think it's going to be one of those things like when what black people found out with Obama. I think the next turnaround, a lot of these people who came out who were first-time voters for Trump, I think won't be back for a second term, because I think in their mind they thought that he would make their life a lot better, and what they found out is he didn't do shit for them. Because I tell people this over and over again, whether you're Democrat, Republican, really doesn't make a. All you're doing is picking the person that's going to punch you in the face, right? It's knockout. You know what I'm saying? It's two ways you're going to get knocked out. You can pick the Republicans, who are just going to knock your ass out, look you right in the face and punch you in the face. Or you're going to look at the Democrats, who are going to rabbit punch you until you basically give in the same result. Both of them end up with you losing. It does not matter. You know what I'm saying? The system is not set up to help the poor people. It's not set up to help the have-nots. It's set up to help the haves. And when people realize that, they'll realize the big sham that I've never voted, never have felt the need to vote, and my life hasn't been better or worse because of it. That shit is for the birds. And if they want to sit around there telling people to go vote, that's fine. Let them go do that. If you feel that somehow gives you power, then go do that. But at the same time, realize and understand your vote don't mean a damn thing. You get one vote. There's millions of votes that are tallied, right? In every state, every time your dude does not get voted in, your vote did not matter. It means you voted for a losing candidate. It means your vote did not matter. There's millions of votes that don't matter. Millions of people voted for Hillary Clinton, and millions of people vote did not matter, because at the end of the day, Donald Trump became president. So your vote, whether you want to admit it or not, your vote is not important. Even if your guy wins, it wasn't really that important. But at the end of the day, here's my point. People are starting to realize that they can't do the same shit that they used to do. Whitlock tried to change gears and tried to get some sympathy from the black community by telling them about his cousin being shot and all this bullshit. And at the end of the day, I knew something was coming down the pipe, because he never does that. And the next thing you know, he got fired. Makes sense. Good luck. Go tell some other people about how you excelled because of your smarts. Because I think you're an idiot who profited too long off the struggling and just out and out abuse of the misery and pain of a people who you got away with it year after year after year after year, because in your mind, whether you believe it or not, you have a right. You because you're black, you got a free pass to do it. People called you a coon, you laughed at them. People said your day is coming, you laughed at them. Right? You laughed at them, and you continued to stoke the flames of hatred. You continued to stoke the flame that made black people look bad. So you misuse your platform to make black people look bad, to make black people look ignorant, to make black people look stupid. And now you're without a job. Fox News can't hire you. They're broke as hell right now. Most places are broke. Right? So, and Fox News ain't gone. Fox News paying out the ass of the lawsuits and for them raping and freaking sexual assault and all these people. And they have no place to go. You ain't got nowhere to go. Especially during this pandemic, people are cutting people left and right. You can't go to ESPN. You can't go nowhere else because people are cutting people in your job. They do your job. Laughably do your job. I mean, the fact that you're seen as a sports analyst blows my mind. You don't know a damn thing about sports. You rarely ever even talk about sports. So why you're seen as a sports analyst, I will never understand. But that being said, couldn't have happened to a worse guy. You know what I mean? And I'm happy. I don't ever take pride in somebody else's downfall, but you reap what you sow. Right? He planted seeds of kissing up to a certain group of people. Whether that be black, white, or otherwise, people in power. He kissed butt, and he kissed butt, and he kissed butt. And the same thing Stephen A. gonna find out. When they don't need you, and the chips are down, they picked you for a reason. They picked you because they do not like black people, and they want to find the least common denominator. They want to find the one black person that can do the same job that a white person would do. So your only use to them was your ability to talk about black people in a time where white people were afraid to. That was your only purpose. That was your only purpose for being on air, and you were there, and you bombed. Then it came down to it, and the climate got a little steep, and they didn't want to be associated with you because they started getting people coming out of nowhere, bringing up your tweets from all these other issues in which you said dumb shit, and and they chose not to renew your contract. There is justice. You can escape man's justice all you want, but God's justice is real, and it will always come about when you do not do what you're supposed to do. You reap what you sow. When you live in a life where you put your trust in people and not God, and you act and you abide by the rules of people, then you are open to the mercy of people. And what you find is a lot of these dudes are starting to realize same thing. Now Stephen A. trying to come out and be vocal and speak more to the left on these issues. It's like, man, they're going to be campaigning to get you out. Now he's not going to get out. I mean, they owe Stephen A. like $6-7 million a year. But Jason Whitlock, maybe he'll deal with racism now that he's doesn't have a job anymore. But I guess he's gonna turn to the fat Jesse Lee Peterson is just going online bashing black people 90% of the time. He's gonna be worse now, I think. Only difference is he doesn't have a platform where we have to actually listen to him on a daily basis. So that's the give and take of it. So, yeah, he's a scumbag, and yeah, we probably won't have to hear. We're probably gonna have to hear worse takes from him, and I will unfollow him. I don't even know why I was following him to begin with. I think when you come on, when you follow one person, they just start suggesting people, and then I just hit that, and I don't think I ever actually wanted to was a fan of his. I don't even know why he's on my Twitter feed, but he is on my Twitter. Yeah, but that being said, I just wanted to say that, like, happy day. Piece of shit is out. The fat piece of crap who went on and frustrated millions of people and made them feel that, probably leading to a lot of people protesting right now, because that they led to that feeling of helplessness that people just will not hear your cries. He led to that, and he was integral in that system, and now he's gone. So that's a good thing. Comment, let me know what you think. Thumbs it up if you like. All right, y'all. Peace.